Like, these animators are on shaky ground.
Yes, correct.
What happened with the actor strike? Did they settle that?
This is Rachel Zegler. Her incredibly off-putting personality is not the only thing you will get out of Rachel Zegler while talking to her. She will remind you that she hates.
Hey there, it's Eileen, and we've got a hot topic today. Rachel Zegler, the controversial lead in Disney's Snow White remake, is making waves again. This time, she's stirring up serious debate with a bold political statement in support of Free Palestine. And guess what? It sent Disney's top executives into a full-blown panic. Why? Well, they're bracing for what could be a massive backlash, or worse, a full-scale boycott of the movie. Yikes. But honestly, can you blame people? The chaos surrounding Rachel Zegler and Disney feels like karma coming back to bite. And when even Joe Rogan, yes, Joe Rogan, chimes in, you know things are getting spicy. He's gone from UFC fights and alien theories to talking about Snow White. Let that sink in. But hold on, before we dive into what Joe had to say, let's rewind a bit and see how we got here. It all started in August 2024, when Disney dropped the first teaser for Snow White on YouTube. What should have been an exciting moment quickly turned into an absolute disaster. Within weeks, the teaser racked up over 1 million dislikes compared to just 68,000 likes. Ouch! And get this, 19,300 dislikes happened on day one. Talk about a PR nightmare. The comments? Brutal. One user joked, "I only came here after hearing on Facebook that this video had 1 million downvotes. I had to join the club." Another added, "Disney, you're amazing. 3 years, $29 million, countless rewrites, and CGI, all so I could enjoy the comment section of a movie I'll never watch. Bless you." Clearly, fans weren't just disappointed, they were furious. So what went so wrong? Critics point to Disney's questionable casting and creative choices. For starters, the decision to replace the iconic Seven Dwarfs with magical creatures backfired big time. Actors with dwarfism called out the studio for leaving them out. And when Disney tried to fix things with CGI characters, the result was awkward and lifeless. Fans couldn't help but ask, how does a live-action remake feel less real than the animated original? But wait, there's more. At the center of the storm is Rachel Zegler herself. Initially, her casting sparked cautious excitement, but that quickly faded when her controversial comments about the original 1937 classic resurfaced. She criticized the romantic themes, calling them spooky and outdated. Oof. For fans who grew up loving the timeless tale, her dismissive tone felt like a slap in the face. And just like that, the flames of controversy burned even brighter. Stay tuned, because we're just getting started. Next up, we'll dive into Joe Rogan's unexpected take on this Snow White saga. You won't want to miss it. But wait, the flames of controversy didn't stop there. Rachel Zegler's remarks didn't just ruffle a few feathers, they outright offended generations who grew up cherishing Snow White and the original storytellers behind the beloved classic. And Disney? Instead of addressing the backlash, they doubled down, leaving Zegler's critiques unchecked, which only fueled the outrage, even among their most loyal fans. In a desperate attempt to salvage the situation, Disney sent Zegler on a press tour to promote the film. But here's the kicker. Her attempts to backtrack fell flat. Fans weren't buying it. Her sudden, enthusiastic endorsement of the project felt insincere, especially when paired with her widely circulated, less than flattering complaints about the original movie. To make matters worse, Zegler's portrayal of Snow White came off as smug and condescending, a far cry from the charming, lovable princess fans had adored for decades. Promotional materials only highlighted the stark difference, leaving many to wonder, why did Disney stray so far from what made Snow White magical in the first place? And then came another jaw-dropping revelation. In a 2022 interview with Entertainment Weekly, Zegler admitted that the original Snow White scared her so much as a child that she hadn't watched it in nearly a decade. That's right. She openly admitted to disliking the film she was now tasked with bringing to life. If that wasn't enough, she added that the remake would redefine the fairest of them all to focus on justice, not beauty. While some applauded the modern twist, others saw it as yet another attempt to tarnish the original's legacy. Fans on TikTok didn't hold back, drawing comparisons between Zegler and Halle Bailey, the star of Disney's The Little Mermaid remake. Unlike Zegler, Bailey earned praise for her kind, humble demeanor and for respecting the essence of the original story. In contrast, Zegler's dismissive attitude seemed to scream, "I hate Snow White." One viral comment summed up the sentiment perfectly. Disney really cast a Snow White whose entire vibe during the promo tour is, "I can't stand Snow White." Brutal, but it hit the mark. Now fans are left scratching their heads. Why would Disney cast someone who not only disliked the original as a child, but seems to still hold reservations about the story? It's a question that continues to haunt this already embattled production. But trust me, there's more drama to uncover. Stay tuned as we dive even deeper into this unfolding saga. But let's be clear, this debate isn't just about Rachel Zegler's comments. It's about what Disney's constant missteps say about their approach to reimagining beloved classics. And wow, have there been some serious repercussions? Even Joe Rogan couldn't resist weighing in, adding fuel to the already raging fire. Now, Zegler hasn't exactly been helping her case. Recently, she framed herself as a victim of relentless online harassment, blaming the spotlight for her every move being scrutinized. "I'm an actor. People are always watching me no matter what I say or do," she groaned. But here's the thing, her actions seem to contradict her words. Like clockwork, every few weeks, Zegler does or says something that reignites the outrage, turning Disney's upcoming Snow White into a ticking PR time bomb. The latest drama? A politically charged outburst that left even her most forgiving fans stunned. Following a recent event that seemed to rattle her, Zegler vented her frustrations on Instagram, taking aim at Donald Trump's election win over Vice President Kamala Harris. "I am speechless and heartbroken," she wrote in a now-deleted post. "I hope Trump's supporters, voters, and he himself never find peace." Unsurprisingly, her comments set off a storm. Critics labeled her a liability, with some branding her a Disney problem and calling for the studio to cut ties with her altogether. The backlash was swift, with demands to put Snow White on indefinite hold. But instead of dialing it back, Zegler doubled down. In another post, she criticized Trump supporters, calling their beliefs foolish, and the election results a symptom of a deep sickness in America. And she didn't stop there. She openly slammed Elon Musk, accusing him of meddling in the election, and urged her followers to boycott X, formerly Twitter, saying, "Please stop using Elon's app." This, of course, sparked even more controversy. Critics claimed she had alienated moderate audiences and crossed a line with her fiery remarks. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, Zegler stirred the pot further. She became infamous for her theatrical reading of Britney Spears' tweets during the pop star's very public feud with her sister, Jamie Lynn Spears. What was likely meant to be comedic felt tone-deaf to Britney fans, especially considering the gravity of the Free Britney movement. Oh, and let's not forget Zegler's recurring grievance. Despite starring in West Side Story, a film that scored 7 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture, she feels overlooked and undervalued. From political rants to tone-deaf stunts, Rachel Zegler has become the center of a whirlwind of controversies, leaving Disney scrambling to contain the damage. And as this drama unfolds, the question remains, can Snow White survive the storm, or is this shaping up to be Disney's next colossal flop? Stay tuned, because we're diving deeper into the chaos. Let's dive into another twist in the Rachel Zegler and Snow White saga. In 2022, Zegler didn't even receive an invite to the Academy Awards, where her film West Side Story was nominated for 7 Oscars, including Best Picture. Naturally, this snub led to an explosive social media outburst. While some sympathized with her frustration, others criticized her reaction as unprofessional, pointing out that many artists in similar situations handle the spotlight with more grace. Fast forward to now, and Zegler remains one of the most polarizing figures in Hollywood. Fans and critics alike are left asking, will Disney finally cut ties with her, or will they stick it out? Let's talk about Disney's damage control, or lack thereof. Their attempts to contain the Snow White fiasco have been, well, disastrous. After the first teaser trailer racked up over 1.4 million dislikes, they released a second trailer. But guess what? That one was pulled almost immediately. Was Disney trying to dodge further backlash? Maybe. But their decision to delete it only fueled more speculation and controversy. And then came the leaked set photos from 2022, revealing a highly controversial redesign of the iconic Seven Dwarfs. Instead of casting actors with dwarfism, Disney opted for a diverse group of performers with varying heights and body types, sparking a fresh wave of criticism. The company claimed it consulted with the dwarfism community to avoid stereotypes, but by that point, the damage was done. Here's the kicker. Some fans are now rooting for the evil queen instead of Snow White. Can you believe that? People are actually finding the antagonist more compelling than the protagonist. Even former Disney Imagineers have voiced their disappointment, with some suggesting Disney quietly release the film on Disney Plus to avoid further embarrassment. Joe Rogan chimed in too, echoing the idea that Disney might be better off skipping theaters altogether and dropping Snow White straight to streaming. It's a bold suggestion, but honestly, it's starting to make a lot of sense given the growing criticism. So, what's next for Disney and Rachel Zegler? Will they keep making the same controversial choices, hoping the storm blows over? Or will they finally pivot and change course? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're hungry for more sizzling celebrity news, make sure to smash that subscribe button and join us here at Daily Finder.